Hello YouTubers, Jai Jinendra. Today we are going to talk about Uttam Mardav Dharma. Without further ado, let's begin.
It's story time! Once upon a time, there was a grandfather who used to love to cough a lot. Everywhere he saw disapproval to a particular thing, he used to cough and tell everybody that he wants to dismiss the thought then and there. Collectively, everybody thought that something is wrong with this coughing. So they went to him and asked him for the reason of his coughing. Grandfather immediately said, "There is nothing wrong with my coughing. You can all go from here." Everybody dispersed. But after some time, his son sneaked inside and asked him to take him to a doctor so that he can look at what is wrong with the grandfather. Grandfather said, "Yes, I have a problem with coughing, but I basically use it as a shield so that everybody gets to know that he is still alive and do not do that activity which he does not want them to do." So the son said, "Father, why not you go to the doctor, get it corrected, and then you can fake a cough?" The grandfather said, "Why to fake a cough when I have my own?" From the story, we get to know that pride is really a devil. Like grandfather, if someone has considered a disease to be the reason for his happiness, then no one can save him from dying. We have seen in our earlier videos that Uttam means right belief and Dharma means intrinsic nature of any substance. Now let's just have a look over why are we talking about pride as a devil. Pride basically devalues others. We want them to sit below us and not look at us as equals. It deceives others. We love to corrupt others. Spends beyond capacity. Whatever amount of money the person has, even if he had to take a loan, he will not let his pride down. Dies in order to be praised later. A lot of people commit suicides so that they will be valued. If they have not been valued in their life, they would like to have the pride later on. In this way, you can understand that pride is really a devil. Whatsoever be the cost of it, I should not let my pride down. You must have heard about self pride, and you might think that it is a good thing to do. But if that is actually about pride and you are just saying that you have self pride, then basically it doesn't make much difference. Self means the soul, and pride means having pride on what you are. So everybody is self, and everybody has their own self pride. Why do you have to flaunt it? If any one of the above doesn't happen, the person really gets very, very stressful and he or she may cost his life also, as Todarmalji says. There are a lot of thoughts in relation to Uttam Mardav Dharma, so let's begin with it. First of all, I would like to compare pride with anger. Enemies are the means of anger, but friends are the means of pride. So everybody wants to collect friends and stay away from enemies. In this way, pride looks like a wonderful thing to do, and anger looks like a very bad thing to do. Also, angry wishes disposal of the unfavorable, and proudy wishes arrival of the favorable. That means they want to collect those things which talk good about them. Is that really a very good activity? Now look at the other thought. How long do you think a friend will stay with you if he keeps on exaggerating non existing virtues? We love to have people around us, but on what cost do we want them to be with us? So, who are real friends? Those who talk more about your vices than your petty virtues are basically your friends. And who are your real enemies? Those who call you a multimillionaire when you are only a millionaire, they are actually your enemies. Let's look at one other thought. Who is wise? The one who wishes to sit above you, or the one who wishes to sit besides you? Now I'd like to ask you a question. Knowledge pride can be found in the knowledgeable or in the non knowledgeable. Is the person who's flaunting his or her knowledge, are they really knowledgeable? I'd like to ask you one other question. Is the one without any knowledge, great looks, possessions, talent, power, etc., is the modest person? No, not at all. How should we measure pride? Through the external things that the person has, like great looks or money, or through the internal passions? If we are considering internal passions to be the reasons of actual pride, then a beggar may have equal pride as a millionaire. Wretchedness is equivalent to pride because they both are antonyms of modesty. A modest person will never be a wretched person or a proudy person. In the end, I'd like to share the last thought that comes to me, and that is having pride and considering it wise are two very different scenarios. We mustn't mix them, and also we mustn't have the latter. So, we come to the fact that don't be modest because either it's the right thing to do or what else can we do, but because it's who we truly are. So, how do we get over pride? Stop leaving your likes, dislikes, happinesses, unhappinesses on others. In other words, renouncing more is the best way to get over pride. There is a small caution. Being calm and looking calm are not the same. A person might look calm, but being calm is what we are looking for in the form of right modesty. There are basically four types of pride according to their intensity: Anantanubandhi, Apratyakhyanavaran, Pratyakhyanavaran, and Sanjwalan. Anantanubandhi pride can be found in any one of us. Apratyakhyanavaran pride is found in only those who have received Samyak Darshan. Pratyakhyanavarana pride is found in those who have taken vows, and Sanjwalan pride is found in Muniraj or the monks. In the end, I'd like to say that there is a difference between the types of Mardav. The difference is not qualitative, rather quantitative. The basic difference is considering others as your reason of happiness or pride is the most notoriously kiddish form of pride. Hence, we should really renounce it. And the other forms of Mardav are basically those which help us to understand that Mardav is not different, rather, the stages of attaining that Mardav are different. In the end, I'd like to quote Dhyanat Rai ji. मान महावेश रूप करहि नीच गति जगत में कोमल सुधानूप सुख पावे प्राणी सदा उत्तम मार्दव गुण मन माना मान करन को कौन ठिकाना बस्यो निगोद माही ते आया दमरी रूकन भाग बिकाया रूकन बिकाया भाग वशते देव एक इंद्री भया उत्तम मुआ चांडाल हुआ भूप कीड़ों में गया जीतव्य जोवन धन गुमान कहा करे जल बुध बुदा करि विनय बहुगुण बड़े जन की ज्ञान का पावे उदा. By this we come to an end. Happy Uttam Mardav, Happy Uttam Das Lakshan, and Jai Jinendra.